Welcome to Story Time with me, Miss Sheila. I hope you're having a wonderful and beautiful day. Today's story is called Moses, and it's when Harriet Tubman led her people to freedom. And I thought I'd do it like in the dark. The moon is out there. I don't think you can really see it from my window, but I thought, oh, what a cool way because um, the story, you'll find out Harriet actually had to travel a lot at nighttime and follow the North Star. So I hope you enjoy the story because it's a little bit of history that really happened. So let's get into it. Hopefully you see the pictures okay. And I hope you're having a great day or a night. So on a summer night, Harriet gazes at the sky and talks with God. So there she is talking with God. I'm your child, Lord, yet Master owns me, drives me like a mule. Now he means to sell me south in chains to work cotton, rice, indigo, or sugarcane, never to see my family again. God speak God speaks in a whip poor Will's song. I set the North Star in the heavens, and I mean for you to be free. Harriet sees the star twinkling. My mind is made up. Tomorrow I flee. God wraps her in the blanket of night, and she returns to the cabin, sleeps beside her husband one last time. Wow, that would be a very hard decision to make, but she wanted her freedom. I don't blame her because, like in the so this one was like in the 1800s, but um, people of color, especially down south in America, they were indentured servants, or some people would call them slaves, and they were not treated very well, majority of the time, most of the time. The next day, Harriet tells not a soul her plans. She grips the axe to chop wood, breathes deeply, and murmurs, Lord, I'm going to hold steady on to you. And God whispered back in the breeze, I'm going to see you through, child. So you see, she's a very strong woman and she's chopping the wood. See? At dusk, Harriet chants. When that old this is what she sings this. When that old chariot comes, I'm going to leave you. And she hopes her loved ones hear her song and know it means farewell. While the plantation sleeps, Harriet prays, Lord, send me a sign. An owl screeches. The hour has come, and Harriet slips into the night. Running through the swamp, she hears frogs croaking, her own heart pounding. Lord, I can't make it alone. In the moon's reflection on the creek, she sees God's face. Harriet, you dreamed that saints saved you, but mortals will give you refuge. The woman in the wagon who always spoke kindly to me? Yes, Harriet. I must go to her. The woman points Harriet to a safe havens, hiding places for runaways, and Harriet steals away into the darkness. So you see her running into the swamp there. She creeps through the woods, her heart flutters. Hush, hoof. Please, Lord, don't let them catch me and take me back to fate's master's whip. Don't let my journey end here. In the underbrush, Harriet sinks into a deep sleep, and God cradles her. When she wakes, the men on horseback have passed, and day breaks. Thank you, Lord, for watching over me. And see, even like here she is sleeping, and you see there's like a wolf behind her, and then some rabbits. Oh, and then there's the moon. So it's kind of cool that I'm doing it in the dark with just some candles behind me. And in the past, like on the railroad, like the Underground Railroad, a safe house would have a light in it, so then the people who are escaping know that that would be a safe place. In a clearing, the safe haven, Harriet knows that most strangers would turn her in and not help her. But the farmer's wife feeds Harriet, then tells her to sweep the yard. I don't know who to trust, Lord. Search for my face in theirs and for my hands in their work. What have you in your hands? So, what did the lady put in her hands? Let me hear you. Did you say fruit? You're right. In a dust cloud, she sees the broom become a staff, then a rifle, and Harriet startles but holds on. I will arm you against your enemies, but you will not harm a soul, and no harm will come to you. The dust settles, and she stops sweeping, and all of it, as it is as it was. Interesting. At nightfall, Harriet climbs into a wagon, and the farmer covers her with blankets. As the wagon wobbles along, Harriet worries that it is heading to jail. Should I leap, Lord? Let me just say this here. Trust me. Trust me to protect you, child. I heard a heart song lulls her to sleep. Swing low, sweet chariot, and the wagon stops at dawn. So here it's dawn, and Harriet's in that wagon, getting up, and she's gonna jump out. Harriet walks till her legs ache, and then she leans against a tree. Lord, I miss my family. Harriet, your father taught you to read the stars, predicted the weather, gather wild berries, and make cure from roots. Use his lessons to be free, and you will meet them again. A mosquito buzzed in Harriet's ear, and she rises and moves on. See how tired she is? She carries on. A boatman, a boatman rows her upriver, back on shore. Hounds snarl and sniff for Harriet's trail. She races as fast as she can. Lord, I can't outrun them. And God speaks through a babbling brook. Shed your shoes and wade in the water to trick the dogs. Upstream, upstream the barking ceases and fear washes away. Thank you, Lord. So you see her right here in the boat. And look at how beautiful the moon is. Harriet's feet bled and her gut turned. Under the stars, she draws near to God. Lord, don't let nobody turn me around. I'd rather die than be a slave. Harriet, keep going. You have already, you have already glimpsed the future. She recalls dreams where she flew like a bird and sank and was lifted by ladies in white who pulled her north. Fly, Harriet, your faith has wings. You see the picture of her, and then the words are like wrapped around her. That's why it took me a little minute to read it because it's like I had to circle my eyes. Up ahead, she hears word that patrollers are nabbing runaways and crouches for days in a potato hole, and dreams she is buried alive. Ooh, that'd be scary. Have you deserted me, Lord? Harriet, when you were a girl, you had you hid in a pig pen to shun the whip. You fought hogs for table scraps, almost starved before you faced the lash. I am with you now as I was then. An old prayer comes back to her. Lord, make me strong. Help me fight. And there she is, all around the potatoes. See? After 7 days, Harriet rises from that sinkhole like a sapling, reaches for the sun as if to touch God's hand. By moonlight, she marches on, making her way mile after rugged mile, hiding in haystacks, attics, and in barns, holding God's hand all the while, and she often wearies. How far, Lord, how far? And in it says, as far as you can walk with me, my child, and I can carry you. When Harriet is about to drop a cup, no, when Harriet is about to drop, a couple in a wagon ride by. They say slavery is a sin, and they take her on the last leg of her journey. Oh, thank goodness. Not far now, child, not far now. In the promised land, Philadelphia, the sun shines gold in the trees, and Harriet feels light as a cloud. She studies she studies herself from head to toe to see if she has wings. Is this heaven, Lord? No, not heaven. Harriet, it's free soil. And she's praising God. But freedom brings new woes. Lord, I I am a stranger here. All my kin are down south. Would you like to see them? As Harriet does, her family's faces appear in the wood grain. She wipes a tear from the table. I would make a home for them here. I would give my own life to free them. Then go back for them, daughter. But first, go to my house to prepare for the journey. So Harriet is going to go all the way back south where she escaped to Maryland to get her family. So let's find out what happens. And Harriet goes to the church and finds not just holy ground, but a stopping place, a station along the Underground Railroad that slaves travel to freedom. Harriet hands out shirts and shoes and serves butter, beans, and biscuits to newly arrived runaways, while agents who plot escape paths pass on secret routes that she learns by heart. Finally, a conductor, a guide, she turns to God. Am I ready, Lord? Lead me, Harriet. I will make a way for you. Yes. And so she listened really well so she can know the paths and the safe places to escape, to help the other people to escape. Risking her own life, Harriet returns to the dreaded South and rescues her family. But she dreams of the slaves still in the yoke. She hears their groans, sees their tears, tosses and turns in her sleep. Then God opens her eyes. Harriet, be the Moses of your people. But I am a lowly woman, Lord. Harriet, I have blessed you with a strong body, a clever mind. You heal the sick and see the future. Use your gut to break the chains. Oh, use your gifts to break the chains. I will do as you say, Lord. I will show others the way to freedom that you have shown me. Save all you can, daughter. Wow. What an incredible journey and a mission for her. And Harriet heeds God's call, goes south again and again and again, keeps her bands of runaways moving, come storm and rough country, clear to Canada land. And when free souls sing her praises, she gives glory where it is due. It wasn't me, it was the Lord. I always trust him to lead me, and he always does. And see, there's just some of the people she's rescued and brought to freedom land. Well done, Moses. Well done. Woo! I so hope you enjoyed this story tonight, and I hope you remember that God has so many different plans for you. You just need to keep trusting and obeying Him. Until next time with me, Miss Sheila, keep shining your light bright. Bye for now.